friends, this is Dr. Antoine, your coach in data analysis using R2. Today I'm going to show you how you can use another method so as to perform our decision making. And this method can be used also so as to make sure the decision that we are making is the choice we are making is the best one. Because when you use one method, it's better to use other methods to make sure that all methods have same result. And now we are going to use this evaluate based on distance from average solution method. In this example, we are going to apply what we call evaluation based on distance from average solution. Remember, we have been using weighted decion model and weighted product model. And now, as you can see here, this template, this is the decision matrix that we've been using in the previous methods. And as you can see now here, we have a formula that we will use so as to make the final decision. And as you can see here, this is some templates that we are going to use. These templates were made based on our decision matrix. And as you can see here, we have many steps that we have to run, around 7 steps. And we are going to use some formulas so as to determine the final solution. And this, when we arrive here, at the 7th step of ranking, we finish the calculation and the ranking of our finding of our best solution. Now let's go and with this method, and I will show you step by step how we can use those formulas so as to make the final decision of car selection, because we are working on the same example of car selection, so as to make sure that all methods have the same result, or if there is any difference in our methods, so as to find the best method that you can use while making your decision. Now, let's go and show you how you can apply this method so as to make selection of car among these cars with all these characteristics. If you didn't watch the previous video, I recommend you to visualize our previous video, because this is the same example and you will understand the difference in steps between the first method I presented and this present method that I'm going to present now. Okay, now let's go, friends. Okay, this is our decision matrix that we've been using in the previous methods, which consists of selecting car among many cars using many criteria. And as you can see here, we have some qualitative criteria like quality, conditions, and security. This is what we call qualitative criteria. And we have some other quantitative objective, like, for instance, this delivery date, because this is the number of days required to us to deliver the car. And we have car fuel consumption. This is also quantitative, and it's objective because it's just you have to read on the engine how the car will make consumption, fuel consumption. And also we have the price, and this is also an objective criteria because it's just you have to read the price that has been proposed by supplier. That these are objective criteria, but all these car quality and condition are what you call subjective criteria. And now the first thing that we are going to see, because remember this method we are going to works based on distance from average solution. Now the first thing we have to do is to determine the average solution, which consists of calculating the mean value for each criteria. Now this is the first step. Now, as you can see here, I can just copy these values, and then I will calculate the mean of these values, which will be considered as average solution. Now, I copy these values because this is our decision matrix, and now the next step is to determine the mean for each criteria. Determine average solution, which is the mean value of each criteria, Now, as I'm working in Excel, it will not be difficult because there are some functions which are included in Excel which allows us to calculate directly the mean value of a given series of values. Now, I like a maximum, so mean, moyenne, inference is moyenne function, this one, but in English it will be mean of these values. Press enter, and then I will copy the formula here until the last criterion. Now I copy the formula like this. Now I finish to calculate the mean value of our criterion. Step 2 is to calculate the positive distance from average. From this, this is the average I have calculated. Now I have to calculate the distance between our observed variables or values from average I calculated here. Now, the way I'm going to calculate this distance, this step, depends on whether criteria is beneficial or non-beneficial. Remember, I have explained what we call criteria, beneficial criteria and non-beneficial criteria. If you didn't see the previous video, I recommend you to visit the previous video. Beneficial criteria is the criteria which the highest value is the best, or which the maximum value is desired. Beneficial criteria is that one which the maximum value is desired, but for non-beneficial criteria, the minimum value is desired or is the best. For instance, for the price, the minimum value is the best, but for the quality, the maximum, the highest value of quality is the best. The quality is for beneficial and the price is for non-beneficial. Now we have to classify or to distinguish beneficial and non-beneficial criteria in our decision matrix. For instance, quality is beneficial, conditions is beneficial, delivery day is beneficial, and security is beneficial. But fuel consumption is considered as non-beneficial, and the price is considered as also non-beneficial. Now, the way I'm going to calculate positive distance from this distance depends on whether the criteria is beneficial attribute or non-beneficial. For the beneficial criteria, this is the formula. Now I use this formula, and for non-beneficial criteria, I use this formula. Now, I begin to calculate this positive distance from average. Now, as you can see, it is max 0, like this, and I consider each value here minus the average value divided by average value. Now let's do like this, so as I can open parentheses. Now I take each value here divided by this average, this average divided by this average, which will move. I have to fix it, and then I'm going to divide. I take value, this is the formula, minus average divided by average, but this average will remain fixed. Here I use dollar symbol, this one, and now I press enter. Sorry, I forget to close one parenthesis. Now I close this parenthesis here, and I press enter. Now, for all criteria, beneficial criteria, I can copy the formula here like this. Or beneficial criteria, I can copy the formula like this. Okay. Now I'm going to see how I calculated this for non-beneficial criteria using the formula. Now this formula, this is equal to max 0. Then I open parentheses and I choose this average, this one. Then minus this will be fixed minus, you see, each value, but I have to divide by the average. Now divided by this value, and I have to divide by this value. So here I have to divide by this value, average, and I insert the symbol dollar between the rate and the number of. And I press, then I close the parentheses, and then I press enter. Now, as you can see, now I'm calculating the positive distance from average. Now I enter the formula here, and I can also put the formula down like this. Now I finished to calculate the distance from average, the positive distance from average. This is the step 2. Now I calculate step 3, weight sum of positive distance from average. Now this means I'm going to multiply each this value multiplied by the weight. Then I will make it sum of the result. I take this one multiplied by the weight, then this one multiplied by the weight, this one multiplied by the weight, this multiplied by the weight, and then I will make a sum. This one, sum of positive distance. Now, okay, this is the weight. Remember, this weight we suppose that the weight were given, but when you don't have the weight, you can calculate this weight whether using a subjective method or objective method or integrated method. Now what I do here is just to multiply the previous result by the weight, like this. I take this multiplied by the weight, this weight. And then I will fix this, insert dollar here, and then I will copy the formula, and I drag down this formula. I have to wait a moment. Okay, now this is, and then I make sum of each law. I use sum. Now I copy all this one, these values. I make sum of all these values. And now I can drag down the formula here like this. I can drag the formula like this. Okay, the next step is to calculate a negative distance from average. Negative distance from average. Now, as I did for positive distance, the way I will calculate the negative value from average will depend on whether the criteria is beneficial or non-beneficial. For beneficial criteria, negative distance from average, now you can see now the formula is here, and for non-beneficial criteria, the formula is here. This is the formula. Now I just need to do like for beneficial criteria, I have to use maximum, max, 0. Then I consider the average. I consider the average I calculated previously. This average. Then the formula is average. Look, the formula is this one. I need to open parentheses. Minus average minus the value xeg value, this value, then I close parentheses, divided by, look, divided by the average. Average is the formula, the average. Divided by the average, I have to choose average, this average, and this average. We can fix it, and then I can fix here it. Let's see the same formula. Also, I forget to close the parentheses here. Yeah, because this why I have to fix, because for all the beneficial criteria have same formula. That's why I have to copy the formula until this until beneficial criteria, and I have to drag the formula. But for non-beneficial, you have to pay so much attention, because you have to make sure that your values or attributes are together so as to drag the formula. Now, for non-beneficial criteria, I have to just to do the same maximum. Now look at the formula. I put 0 here. Then I take the value minus average. Value minus average. Now I come here. Here, value minus average value. Now this one will be the same. Will be fixed, divided by value minus average divided by average. This one divided by average. Divided by this average, and I insert dollar and I close the parentheses, then I press enter, and then I can copy the formula to other criteria. This one price, and because they are non-beneficial, they have same formula. Now I can drag the formula like this. Then I can drag the formula, I can drag the formula here, like this. Step 5 is to calculate weighted sum of negative distance from average. Now I have to multiply these values by the weights, because this is the when I just select it is like equal this value multiplied by the weight given to each criteria, this one, and this can be fixed, and I can copy this formula or like this. I can drag down this formula like this. Now I'm going to calculate the sum of this value, negative value, sum of negative value. Sum in English it would be sum. This one should be sum in English, but in French, because I'm using a French computer which is in French, it is the function sum, and I make sum of this value or these values. This one like this, and I drag down this formula like this. Okay, now look on step 6. Step 6, we have to calculate this quantity. Now you see this step. You see now I have to find a maximum from sum of positive distance, and I need also to find a maximum in. I have to find a maximum in sum of negative distance from average solution. Now what I need to do here is to copy values of sum of positive values and sum of negative value. Now I have to do like this. First of all, I copy values of I copy values of this sum. See the sum I made here. this I have to copy this values only, because these are formula, and I have to copy, to make copy of values, not formulas. Like this, I copy values like this one here. I need to copy values here. Now I have to make a copy of values like this. Okay, and I will do the same here for negative value from average solution. I have to copy also values. So this I have to copy values also. These values I need to copy, because there are formulas here, but I need to copy only values. Okay, I have to copy this, make a copy of values like this. Okay, now look the formula for this one, this regression. They say now I have to take this divided by the maximum, but I need to choose here the maximum for those positive distance and negative distance from average solution. I have to find maximum for all these, or maximum here. I choose the maximum here. Here I have to choose the maximum value. I press enter. Then I can drag the formula. It's the same formula because I'm looking for maximum value. Then look how to calculate this equation. This one. I take this value divided by the maximum equal this value divided by the maximum, which will not change. This maximum will not change. I can fix this maximum like this. Use the symbol. I press enter. Then I can drag the formula down, because it's the same formula like this. Look for the next negative value from average, negative sum from average solution. Now I look, if the formula is this one, 1 minus this value, this is the formula, this value, this one, I can just include parentheses. No, divided by maximum, this one, but this will be fixed like this. And I press enter. And then I can drag down the formula. Like this one, like this. Now we see the next formula. It is normalize the values of negative solution and positive solution. The next step is normalize the sum of positive value and negative value sum of from the distance from average solution. This is the next step is to make the normalization of the sum of these values, sum of positive value and sum of negative values like this. I have to use this formula, and I have to make sum of this value plus this value, and I press enter. Over here of multiplication here. Let's add this. Okay. Now I can drag the formula. This one. Because we are using average distance from. We are calculating average from average solution. calculate the score from average solution. Now what I need to do here is to rank this score. Now I use this function rank, for instance rank like this, rank of this one, this value in this matrix. This matrix will be fixed so as to drag the formula like this. You can press F4 so as to fix this matrix. Okay, now we can drag this formula of ranking. Now as you can see here, let's show found the highest value in this matrix. I use this one. I need one value. It's okay. Now here I'm going to consider the smallest value, right, like this, but the smallest value I need to consider one value. Now, okay friends, now you can see now the curve 5. Like we found in previous method, weighted sum model and weighted product model, the curve 5 is the best when you use this method. This method, the result from this method are in line with the previous result when we found using other methods I presented, weighted sum model and the weighted product model. Now we have the same result. As conclusion, using these three methods, we can conclude that the curve 5 can be chosen as the best curve which offers best conditions of quality, security, fuel consumption, and price, and so on. Okay friends, this is I think I hope this will also improve or help you in. I think this will help you in your decision making when you have to make a choice among many alternatives, and when you have many criteria which will help you to make a decision. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching this presentation, and I hope we will continue to give you other videos which will help you to improve your knowledge in business management and decision making. And I remind you to subscribe to my channel so as to continue to follow my videos. And if you found this interesting, you can share this video so as to let others learn from these videos. Thank you very much for next video. Bye.